Hello and welcome to Getter Farms. We're back with another episode on the Minnesota Millennial Farmer map by Mapper's Paradise. And last time we sprayed all of our fields, all of our soybean fields, and we finished planting our cornfields. Now, unfortunately, we ran out of seed and fertilizer, and Courseplay got a little confused up here in field 2, and we've got some splotches that we need to cover with the fertilizer before we move on into summer and do our summer spraying activities. And so I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to try out the new 4940 from Custom Modding. This was released on the Mod Hub a few days ago, and then there were some issues with the sprayer section control implementation that they did, and so they removed it on the Mod Hub to get the mod working for everybody. However, we've added it back in because it looks like they actually made a mistake when they were adding it to the mod, and it works perfectly fine. And so I haven't actually tested it, but thanks to Perma's modding for pointing me in the right direction and giving me a hand getting this updated, we're going to take it out for a little bit of a test spin here and just make sure sprayer section control is working as expected. This sprayer looks amazing. I can't wait to give it a try out here in the field. It's got a few different options on it from a tank's perspective on the back here. Tons of tire and wheel configurations to match your needs. And so we're going to just zip right on out here and find these dry spots in this field. This sprayer is a little bit different than the 4730 we've been spraying with. It's slightly narrower. The boom is actually not quite as long. I believe that 4730 has a... let's just check, because I can't recall the difference here. The 4730 has a 38 meter boom. I'm not sure exactly what that comes out to be in feet. But if you look at the new boom here, this is a 120-foot sprayer boom, which comes out to be 36.6, which I believe is accurate. But the difference is that this one's going to go 21 miles an hour in the field and has a much bigger tank size than the 4730, which only goes 18 miles an hour in the field and has a smaller tank. So we're going to go ahead and turn this sprayer on. Looks like sprayer section control is going to keep us from wasting some spray, and it does look like it's going to actually spray the width of our sprayer, so we have everything working correctly. So for those of you who love the sprayer section control mod as much as I do, you can go in and add that back in. I believe that the fix had something to do with them getting the width and start nodes mixed up or the work area and start nodes. I can't remember. It's really late at night. I apologize. If you want to understand how to fix this better, this is a great time for me to plug my new Discord channel. So there'll be a link in the description of this video, and if you want to head on over and join the Getter Farms Discord server, I am trying to funnel all questions related to the tutorial videos that I've done there, so that hopefully multiple people can benefit from the answer. I've gotten a ton of feedback based on the tutorials that I've been doing, which is great, and I'm happy to help clear up any questions or things that weren't clear in the videos. But it's a little bit helpful from my perspective and helps me get to answer more questions if I can do that once and then point people towards those answers on Discord. So I'm super excited. We've got sprayer section control working on this, and yeah, if you want to get this working on your mod, I have a tutorial for how to add sprayer section control to a mod, and so you can go ahead and add this to the custom modding sprayer and get that working again with section control on your own. I suspect once custom modding finds out that this was not actually an issue with the section control mod as they thought, but rather just an error in how they implemented it, that they'll add that back in the next update. I just don't know how long that's going to take them to get out on the Giants mod hub. So, yeah, take that for what you will. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this guy back up to the farm here. And then we're going to fast forward time here into summer because we're all out of jobs to do right now. All right, so it is now early summer, and it looks like our beans have popped up, which is super exciting. I love when the crops start showing up with seasons on. It really shows the progress. So we're going to be able to go ahead and get in here and spray. We can spray. I've got fertilizer in the sprayer right now, so we'll probably go ahead and spray some fertilizer, but I also want to get out here and do some herbicide at some point while the crops aren't too big usually. So let us hop in the sprayer here for a second. And before we get started, I just want to look at the map. I did miss a section up here. Well. What I wanted to look at, though, was the growth map. So it looks like everything grew. So let's just run back here real quick then and look at our corn. And hey, the corn's up too. Look at that. How snazzy. I like it. We probably should have cleaned these planters up and put them away when we finished up, but we didn't get to that yet. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to actually hop in this 4730, which has already got some fertilizer in it. And we're going to get him started out here on field 3. And then while the worker goes and does that, we're going to go jump in this 4940 and do our couple of wonky fields by hand just to play around with the new mod. So we're going to just generate a course real quick. We're going to do 2 headland passes. No overlap necessary. And generate. Perfect. Start at first waypoint. Go, go, go. Alright, we had to fiddle with the sprayer a little bit. This should work now that the booms are down. And the speed is, there's a bug where the speed is actually kilometers an hour, so we're just going to bump field speed up a ton. And I went too far. There we go. Alright. Yeah, apparently there's a bug in Courseplay right now where the field speed is actually in kilometers an hour all the time, no matter what. So, I think you got to multiply by like 0.6 rough numbers to go from kilometers to miles, something like that. I don't remember the exact math. You'd think I'd remember. I spent so much time in Canada, and Europe, so I don't. So here we go. And also, worth noting is this sprayer is only 31 meters wide, even though the store page says it's wider. I think the store page said 38. So this is actually narrower than the 4940. From a boom perspective, has a smaller spray tank, and it goes slower. So in general, we're going to be able to get a lot more spraying done with our 4940 than we're getting done with this 4730, which is what I would expect, to be honest. So we're going to actually do one more thing. Since this thing's going to spray while it's turning, we're just going to crank this turn speed way up as well. We want to keep this guy going at all times. So with that, we're going to let Courseplay do its thing and jump over to the 4940. So here we are in the 4940, And one thing that we did run into is that I can't seem to get the manure system to work with this mod. I don't have a chance to go and check and see if that's even supposed to be possible, or if something just got messed up while I was fixing other things on this. So stand by. Don't take the fact that the manure system isn't working for me as a statement that it's not working in general. I need to do a little bit more investigation there, but I really thought that this node that you can see right down here would have been somewhere I could put the hoses on, but I just couldn't get it to connect. So further investigation required. But we're going to get some spraying done with this thing. I'm super excited. This is just a really awesome looking mod. The detail on it is great. And my one complaint from the 4730 has been resolved here, where it's got a little bit wider spacing on the duals, which feels a little bit more natural. So I am a happy camper. So we're going to turn this on, and we're going to go ahead and get started here. This field has a little bit of awkward fertilization state on it, so I'm not too worried about the sections going on enough. If we jump into the map here, we'll be able to see that it's evening all that out, all the little streaks and stuff that we had. So this is going to work really well, and then we're going to be able to just drive straight on through, and I'm going to spray both of these fields as a single field here. And yeah, this thing is cruising at 21 miles an hour. Obligatory screenshots. We're going to do a screenshot from both sides because our lighting is a little bit off. There we go. Maybe I should turn off the HUD. All the little things that you have to worry about. And so I am geeked. This is working really well. This is going to be my new go-to sprayer. I'd used the 4045 for a long time. Had a couple of decent versions of that floating around. But this is definitely my new staple go-to sprayer because it is working really good. We're spraying in the creek. We should probably not do that. And yeah, I love going 21 miles an hour while spraying. This is the bomb. And so I'm super excited to see mods like this again coming out on console. So everybody's going to be able to enjoy this. So huge thanks and shout out to Custom Modding for getting this in game for us. This is a killer mod. I'm loving it. And also a second thank you to Perma's Modding for helping me get my section control stuff back into this mod, because I can no longer spray without section control. It is the only way to spray. We're just going to back up here, get this little bits that I just missed. There we go. Put a little extra spray in the creek. So we should be able to get this little bit here that we missed. And because this is a bit wider than the other sprayer, I'm kind of curious if we're going to be able to close this whole gap. I don't think we'll close this whole gap. No. We're still going to have to come back and fill in that little tiny spot. But if I could improve my driving ever so slightly, this is going significantly faster. It's amazing what an extra, 5 meters of boom and 3 miles an hour does for getting a field done. I know we've done a ton of spraying so far, but I couldn't pass up checking this mod out with it having just recently released. Nice. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to turn around here, and then I'm kind of curious to check out the tire spacing. I know I realize I'm not necessarily driving the most realistically right now, but if you look at the rows and the way the rows space out, this is set up to go between the rows pretty good. It's kind of hard to see in soybeans because they're so bushy. But when we get into the corn, I think it'll be a little bit more obvious that the spacing on these tires is set up pretty good. So with that, we're going to wrap up this field real quick, and then we're going to test out and see how well this mod works with Courseplay on one of our fields. Probably that big field 2 with the corn on it. Or maybe we'll do the last soybean field here first. We'll find out. Either way, hang tight and we'll get through this field. This thing made short work of the field, and I didn't even have to refill it. And while I'm driving back up to the farm, I'm going to show something cool that you might have seen during the time lapse, but you can raise and lower the boom arms independently. So if I hold down the left mouse button and move up and down, I move that arm, and then I can do the right arm. Whoop, don't run into the trees. And if I hold both mouse buttons down, I can move the whole thing up and down. And then, as you might expect with the sprayer like this, you can move the tires to line up with your rows as well by going left and right while holding both mouse buttons up and down. So, there are just a ton of cool features on this sprayer. And because it's, whoops, there's the tree that I didn't want to hit. Because it's the type where I can disconnect the sprayer back and put a spreader on, this is going to easily be able to turn into our lime spreader and spread pretty fast. So we may or may not do our own lime spreading when the time comes, now that we've got a decent machine that's going to be able to handle that for us. I'm curious if the sprayer section control mod handles lime spreading. I don't think it would, because it's not like you have sections to turn on and off, at least by default in a spreader. Kind of curious now how that's going to work. So we need a little bit more fertilizer, and since this isn't working with the spray trailer, we're going to have to get some delivered real quick. Alright, we've got this sprayer all filled back up, so we're going to take it out and use Courseplay to spray our last field of soybeans over here. Not so much that because this field is big enough that I really need to use Courseplay on it. I really just want to try Courseplay out with this mod, since it is a new mod, and see if it's going to work. So let's go ahead and get Courseplay set up in the correct mode. We'll start unfolding our sprayer while we generate a course. Field 12, one headland ought to be enough. We don't need a whole bunch of overlap. Let's generate a course and see what that's going to look like. And then, much like last time, let's do 2 headland passes to see if we can get out of this little bit over here. Whoops, I swear I hit 2. Generate. It's not going to generate with 2. Hang on. Get rid of this. Course generation. 2 times around. Field 12. It says denied. We can only do 1 time around, or 1 headland pass for some reason. I'm guessing maybe just because it is so wide. I don't know. That's weird. I have literally never seen that happen before. And so we're going to go ahead and get him set up here and tell him to drive course. And then much like the other, we're going to crank the speed up so that he will drive an appropriate speed. And he is spraying. He's kind of hanging over a little bit extra here. I think it didn't detect the width of the sprayer correctly in the course generation. It looks like it's off by, maybe not that much. It's just the perspective here. So I probably should have put the sprayer down a little bit, but it seems to be working pretty good. The guy spraying corn is doing a good job here. And yeah, I don't know, 4940, here we are, spraying on Courseplay. I think this is the new gold standard for modern John Deere spraying equipment in FS19 at least. Well, probably in the real world as well. It is working snazzily. Is that even a word? I don't know. But I'm super excited. So if we stop fawning over this new mod and just take a quick look at our farm and what we've got left to do, even though we are in early summer, we've got fertilizing to finish up. So we'll finish this here in a jiffy. Field 3 will get finished today as well. And then we'll just have to do field 2 and field 4. And then all 3 of the cornfields will need it again as it gets bigger. And we've got a lot of weeds coming up, so we're going to have to switch over and do some herbicide next. We might do a bit of that off camera. I've got a little bit of another mod that I want to show off next episode that'll break up the monotony of all of this spraying that we're doing for next episode. So it'll give us another new piece of equipment to try out, and we're going to bring back a piece of equipment that we've seen in the past. So that's a surprise for next episode. For today, though, I think we're just going to finish out the spraying and, yeah, see how it goes. Admire this new 4940. Courseplay was gonna take us into the trees, so I'm gonna have to take over here. And we've just got this little tiny bit left to finish up here, so I'm just gonna whip this off myself with the sprayer section control mod here, it's going to be way more efficient than letting Courseplay try and turn around 2-3 more times on this little triangle bits. Good deal. I think we've got just a smidge left right over here. So we're gonna run this back up to the farm and then check in on where the 4730 is, because he should be just about done by now as well. And that's gonna wrap up the bulk of our spraying. We've got just the one field left over here, field 2. And actually, I'll probably just, whoops, let's keep folding you up. Probably shouldn't be driving down the road with our boom out. We're going to just put him right into this field and start him off as well, I believe. No sense in delaying, and we can let that go in the background while we go check in on field 3 here. And that is most definitely not how we're going to spray this field. Let's try that again. Courseplay, you get one chance to reconsider. That looks much better. So with that, we're going to unfold you again. We're going to get our cursor back. Yeah, sometimes Courseplay is pretty good at this stuff, and then sometimes it's just like, really? What are you thinking? Yeah, I think we're all good to go. I'm just waiting. I'm going to hit start here. Once the booms are unloaded, I'm actually going to lower this down this time. And then drive course. There he goes. I'm curious. It's going to take 33 minutes to do this field. Longer than I would have expected, but it's a pretty big field. So let's jump over here. It looks like our 4730 is on his final pass here. And so we're in a really good spot. We've got all of the fertilizing done on our soybeans. We've got 2 stages done on our corn. And we just need to put some herbicide down and hit these fields one more time. I really think that we're going to get rid of this 4730 and keep the 4940 on the farm. I don't see a compelling reason to keep this one around. If anything, as we expand the farm, I might want 2 4940s just to make these jobs go a little bit faster. Realistically, you would just get by with one sprayer, but when it comes to FS19, I want to run all my fields and get them done in a timely manner. I don't want to sit around too long, and we're already on, what is this, episode 2 or 3 that we've done spraying in, so I don't want to do 5 episodes of spraying every season, so we're going to keep things moving along here, and hopefully you're enjoying the series. I know there's been a few gaps this week as I've dealt with some personal life things, but we're back on schedule now, and so please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel if you're not already. Only about 20% of my views are from subscribers, so there's a lot of viewers out there who are not subscribed to the channel. Please consider subscribing if you're enjoying this episodes. With that, I believe that's all for today. Kedrick, out.